Okay, everyone. My absolute 100% favorite product from the Pampered Chef is the quick cooker. That is our version of an electric pressure cooker. I love it because it is so easy to use. It's so easy to understand, and there is so much support to get me to use it over and over again. I can get dinner done in no time whatsoever because we cook with a liquid, a sauce, or a broth. Everything that comes out of here is deliciously moist. And the third reason why I really like it is because all of the flavor is locked into our quick cooker, and so my food and my recipes taste so much better than any other time that I do it in the oven or even on the stovetop. So I wanted to tell you just a little bit more about it so that you knew. Pampered Chef waited 2 years until the quick cooker craze was going on. What they did was they surveyed people, and they found out what people liked, what they didn't like, what was missing, and what they didn't really need. And so Pampered Chef decided that they wanted to come out with a granddaddy of all. And this is our quick cooker. So let me tell you a little bit about it. First thing I want to share with you is that it is a 6-quart pot. So the 6-quart stainless steel pot is easily cleaned in the dishwasher, or you can clean it in your sink. It will hold a lot of food. People say, well, how many people does it feed? Well, if you're making a soup, you could easily feed 8 people with this. If you're making chicken breasts, definitely 8 people. You can put a roast in here. You can put all your vegetables, or you can feed as little as 2 people, which is what I do for my husband and myself. Now, there's a maximum fill line on the inside of this, and you never want to go above that max fill line. Otherwise, you can't get the pressure that you're looking for. So we'll set that down inside, and I'll tell you a little bit more. Pampered Chef created this pressure cooker with 16 different features on it. So you can see a little closer all the different features, and you can also see that they are very self-explanatory. So everybody knows what sear means. I'm just going to dial this into sear, and if I pushed, whoops, I hit the wrong thing. I'm going to dial this into sear, and if I would push the start button, the inside would heat up, and what would happen is it would turn into like a skillet or a pot on the stovetop. So I can brown hamburger and I can brown onions at the same time. And then when I'm ready to make my chili, I go ahead and throw all the rest of the ingredients in there, and I dial it right over to chili. And this is automatically pre-programmed. I'm trying to work with my left hand, and it's not as easy as my right hand. Anyway, it's pre-programmed for 40 minutes. So all I have to do is throw all the ingredients in there, put the lid on it, hit the start button, and 40 minutes later, it tastes like I had that chili simmering on my stovetop all day long. Absolutely delicious. Now, if you don't have canned beans or don't use canned beans, you can even throw dry beans in with the rest of the ingredients, and they will cook right along with the rest of your chili ingredients, and they're all done and delicious at the end. What else do we have? We have another feature, which is the steam feature. So if you guys like to steam fresh vegetables, you put it right there on steam. That makes sense. I did corn on the cob when we were at the campgrounds. It took 2 minutes for my corn on the cob to be done. You can do a whole head of broccoli, a whole head of cauliflower in just 1 minute each. So any vegetables that you would like to do, Pampered Chef actually gives you a cookbook that has a guide that tells you what vegetable are you doing, how much liquid you need to put in for that, and how long it will take for it to be done. Slow cook. Now, I like this slow cook feature. You put it on slow cook, and here's what happens. 4 hours later, your food is done. What if you're not home? Maybe you're at work. Here's what happens. It immediately goes into a warm mode. And so for the next 4 hours, your food stays warm. Not like the crock pot where your food just continues to cook and it burns up and, it's all dried up and it's not very good when you come home. This will be absolutely perfect. Now, we are the only one that exclusively has the proof feature. Now, some people don't realize what proofing means, but what that means is rising of dough or bread, or rising of dough. So it could be bread dough. It could be biscuits that you're making homemade. It also could be that Chef Boyardee pizza dough that you're supposed to put in a bowl, cover with a towel, and stick in a warm place. What you do is you put it right on the inside of our quick cooker, put it on proof, hit the start button, and 30 minutes later, your bread or your dough will have been risen or will rise exactly the way you want it to. So everybody knows what the chicken feature is. That's real easy. You can throw chicken breasts in here, up to 8 chicken breasts, hit the start button, and 15 minutes later, that chicken is done. Now, because I Google searched it, I found out that it takes 30 minutes for a whole chicken. So I put my whole chicken inside of there. I changed it. I can actually hit time, and I can take my time up with this plus button to 30 minutes and then hit my start button. And 30 minutes later, my whole chicken fell off the bone. It was so delicious. Beef and pork. You guys might have seen my barbecue ribs that I was doing. It's pork, so I put it on the pork setting. I hit start, and 35 minutes later, those babies were falling off the bone. Delicious. You could also put a roast in here. You can put your potatoes and cook them all at the same time if you wish. How about seafood? It actually only takes 3 minutes for salmon to be done in our electric pressure cooker. Soup and stock. Dial it into soup and stock, and you will have soup done in 30 minutes. It'll taste again like it was on the stovetop all day long. How about white rice, brown rice, whole grains, done in no time? Dry beans. If you ever do dry beans, you know that process. You have to soak them all night long. You put them in a pot on the stovetop or even in your crock pot, and they literally have to cook all day long before they're done. Guess what it takes here? Let me dial it into beans. 25 minutes for black beans. No pre-soaking the night before. Take them out of the bag, rinse them, drop them inside 1 cup of beans, 3 cups of water. 25 minutes later, those black beans are deliciously done. I already told you about the stew and the chili button, but how about dessert? Boy, I just can't do this with my left hand. How about dessert? Dessert is wonderful. How about a cheesecake? Pampered Chef gives you a delicious recipe for a cheesecake. Now, what kind of pans or pots or springform pan for your cheesecake would you actually put on the inside of here? You can't just drop it on the inside of that. Well, we came out with accessory pieces, which are perfect. So let's say I wanted to do a meatloaf. I don't have to go find a bowl that the meatloaf fits in. I just put it in the ceramic bowl. I don't have to worry about once I get it in how I'm going to get it out, because Pampered Chef has handles and a rack to make it real easy to go in and out. And I also don't have to worry about covering it with aluminum foil, because there is a silicone cover that's got 2 vent holes that comes with it, and all you have to do is just put that right on top. So if you're doing rice, or if you're steaming a smaller amount of vegetables while you're doing maybe chicken in the bottom of your quick cooker, then you'll want to put the lid on top of this, and it's got the perfect steam holes for any steam to come out of that. Here's our springform pan that makes that delicious cheesecake. And a lot of consultants and customers took that basic cheesecake recipe that it comes with it, and they maybe added some peanut butter to it, or they added some Oreo cookies to it, and they made their own version of cheesecake that they really liked. Now, this rack comes with your electric pressure cooker. What you do is, if you're doing multiple foods at the same time, let's say you're doing chicken, you can put your chicken in the bottom. I would put in 1 cup of chicken broth, set this rack on the inside, and now I can take my ceramic pot with my vegetables or my rice, and I set it right down on top of that. Of course, I would already have the lid on it too before I put it in. When you put the lid of the pressure cooker on top of there, then it's done all at the same time. When one's done, the other is done. So let me close this up for you and show you how it works. Here's another thing that Pampered Chef decided to make sure that they did right. Close this up to get it started. And the pressure release button on many pressure cookers is up here, so that when you go to move it or turn it back and forth, the pressure just comes busting right out of this hole. And when that happens, your fingers better get out of the way fast, or you could get a steam burn. They put the pressure release button all the way back here. So when you push that, you are so far away from where the steam comes out, you never have to worry about it. This little red button, when the pressure is full on the inside and it begins to cook, this pops up. Now, the safety feature is once it pops up, you absolutely cannot get it open. And you cannot get it open then until you release the pressure, and then the steam comes right out of this hole and it shoots away from you. And then when this red button goes down, that's when it is safe to open up your pressure cooker and pull out that delicious, delicious food that's on the inside. Now, a couple more accessories that Pampered Chef came out with in this new catalog season. They came out with new silicone seals. These seals actually go in the bottom of the lid. Right now I have my clear one that came with it. I use the pretty teal one for my desserts, and I use the black one for my hard-boiled eggs. So speaking of hard-boiled eggs, you know, sometimes you stick those hard-boiled eggs in there and they don't always come out in one piece. When you have a rack to sit them on, they can go in and come out very easily. And you lift this rack up and down with just like this into your pressure cooker. And then between 6 and 12 minutes later, you have hard-boiled eggs completely done. Now, this one rack will hold 12 eggs, but if you'd like to hold 24, then what you do is just set that right down on top of there. All of that goes into your pressure cooker, and in no time whatsoever, you have 24 hard-boiled eggs. Stick that in a 5-minute cold water bath or ice water bath, and your shells will literally fall right off. So I hope you like our pressure cooker. It looks absolutely beautiful on a countertop. Many people have said it looks very sleek, very nice. When you look in our catalog or look online, you will see that the pressure cooker with the accessory pieces, which happens to be the springform pan, the ceramic bowl, and the accessories I told you that go with those, it is $285 in our catalog. I will tell you that during a month of double free product, which is June, you can get this pressure cooker just with an average $700 show for only $4. And that is with all of the accessories. Now, if your show doesn't reach $700, you can get it for half price. So for $142.50 for the pressure cooker and the accessories, I will tell you right now, if you price compared anything that was even partially close to this on the market, you would find that that is the absolute best price that you could get. Your support system will be here to help you every step of the way. The cookbook that comes with it has delicious recipes in it, has guides for all different kinds of foods you may want to do, even has 3 different ideas that you could practice before you got started. But all I had to do the first time was hard-boiled eggs, and they came out so delicious. Believe it or not, hard-boiled eggs. They came out so delicious. It gave me all the confidence in the world to move forward to do my next recipe. You also will get support from the Pampered Chef Test Kitchens. They have several YouTube videos to help you, give you ideas, any kind 101 lessons 101 to actually give you a little bit more guidance. But I will be here as your consultant every step of the way. In fact, I have created a special Facebook group page just for my customers that have purchased one of these. I have sold over 75 of these since they came out last September. And I will tell you, not one single soul has ever asked to return it to the Pampered Chef. So that tells you right then and there, it is a great product. And with all the support, you'll know how to use it. You'll know what recipes to put in there, and you'll have the guidance that you need if you stumble. But I'll tell you, it's so easy to use. I don't expect that to happen. So any more questions you have about it, please let me know. I am happy to set you up with the best price I can get you, and that is by either booking a Pampered Chef party or right now until May 31st. Pampered Chef is offering this quick cooker and a total of $400 in products for only $109 for all of that if you'd like to give the Pampered Chef business a try. So any questions you have pertaining that, again, I am more than happy to help you, and I would be here to train and guide you every step of the way if you would just like to try becoming a consultant and seeing if it is for you. Thanks again. I know my dinner's going to be great tonight because I'm using the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker.